Sorcerer Supreme of the MCU himself, Kevin Feige. Welcome,
Hello,
welcome.
everybody. How are you?
We are great. You know, we were talking about the fact that, well, Doctor Strange is a master of the mystic arts. Sam Raimi is a master of the cinematic arts. So tell me about working with him.
Well, my whole career started with Sam. The first X-Men movie, and then I was hired with Marvel, and then went right into the first Spidey with Sam. So on those first 3 movies, I just stood there and watched, and was lucky to be there.
You know, you've been teasing the multiverse for so long, even back to the first Marvel Studios Doctor Strange. But how did you know that Doctor Strange would be the character to help take us through the multiverse?
Yeah, I mean, there's always a method to the madness, even of the multiverse, and for the Marvel.com fans who know that Loki and Sylvie did something at the end of that series that sort of allowed all of this to be possible. He Who Remains is gone, and that allowed a spell to go wrong in Spider-Man No Way Home, which leads to the entire multiverse going quite mad in this.
I feel like you just connected something for me that I don't know. Was
It's
that
there.
Did we just get a scoop? I
It's
feel like we just got
there.
a
No,
scoop.
no,
It's all
it's
connected.
all there.
Okay,
It's
all
there,
right.
it's there.
It's all there. So it's fun, right? This is absolutely a sequel to the first Doctor Strange, but also to Infinity War and Endgame, also to WandaVision, and that really just let us have an embarrassment of riches of such an amazing cast and amazing stories, and then Sam Raimi tying it all together.
Right, so what made this particular film the one where you said, this is where we get to go scary and spooky and explore horror? Because Marvel does such a great job of pairing genres with different kinds of stories.
It came up early on, and our executive producer, Scott Derrickson, had a great thought of that there hadn't been sort of those PG-13 scares for a long time. And if you think back to the Indiana Jones movie, and there's another one coming from Disney soon, that there were scary moments in those. And you hadn't seen that much anymore, and Strange felt like the character to do that with. And now with Sam behind the camera, I'm very excited for people to finally see what that means and who is scaring who.
Yeah. Well, something that you were talking about earlier is, you've got the Disney Plus shows, you've got the movies. How do you all keep it all? I mean, it's one connected story. How do you keep it all together?
Marvel Studios has the best team of creatives in the business. Many of us have been together for over 15 years, and that's a rarity in this business, in this industry, because we love it, because we love working very, very hard to get to this moment where everybody's waiting and anticipating finally being able to see it.
And you do have an incredible group of fans here today. I mean, when you first stepped up here, you looked around and you're like, wow, this is like a full-on fan premiere. What's it like for you seeing all of these fans here decked out in amazing cosplay?
I mean, this is the first premiere back in the Dolby Theater with a full shutdown Hollywood Boulevard, I think, that we've had since Captain Marvel. Endgame was in another location, but it's great. And it feels like, I mean, we all had those moments over the past 2 years of, will things get back to normal? Will we be able to do this again? Will we be able to stand up here with you two talking to Marvel.com live? And the answer is yes.
Yeah.
And speaking of things getting back to normal, this movie has to be seen in the theaters, right? Because the visual effects are amazing. Can you, without giving anything away, is there a particular sequence, maybe something we've seen in the trailer already, that you were really excited to bring to screen?
There's been too much in the trailers. I don't want to talk about anything else, but I will say Sam has made this movie to be experienced on as big a screen as possible. And it's even the first one in a long time that 3D was really taken into account, because the first Doctor Strange film, I think, was our best film ever in 3D, and this one now will be right alongside that.
I have to try to ask, is there anything that you can tease to us of how will things be different now that the multiverse is cracked wide open?
We've always talked about the multiverse in the comics, in the film so far, is just another amazing storytelling tool to see characters and different versions of characters, to really play into emotions, which is what Marvel is all about, is characters. And the multiverse is going to allow us to keep playing with that.
Well, thank you so much for sharing the inside with the fans, and have an amazing time tonight.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye. Thanks.
So amazing to talk to our Sorcerer of Supreme here for the MCU, right?
That's right.